In this video, I'm going to show you the game mechanics of the game that I've developed for Alakajam. And as you may have known, this game was developed for a customized game console. And to play this game, 5 out of 6 buttons on the game consoles are to be used. The left and right button are used for moving the character horizontally. The up button is to be used for making the character jump. There is no double jump. And this button is used for starting the game if it hasn't started. And this button is used for shooting laser. And let's see how is the gameplay of this game like. And here we go. And yep, let's start it. As you can see, when you have started the game, the character is standing on the platform, and if you happen to go to a place that is too high, you'll lose the game. So let's restart. What we are going to do is we have to move around and try to stay inside the screen. Just do not get off the screen. For example, if I move to somewhere too on the side way, I will also lose the game. Or if I jump down, I will also lose it. So just stay inside the screen. And as you may have noticed, there are some coins floating around. Whenever you take it, the difficulty of the game will be increased. If you have seen, it said more bullets. It means that more bullets will be spawning on the sideway, from the sideway of the screen and traveling horizontally. And the character will have to dodge the bullets in order to survive. And let's take another coin and see what it's saying. More conveyors. There are two kinds of platforms in this game. One is the kind that I'm standing on. It is called cloud. Another kind is conveyor. The difference between cloud and conveyor is that for the cloud, when you stand on it, you can stand still there. But for conveyors, when you stand on it, it will slide you to one side. It's either the left or the right. So it's more difficult to stand on a conveyor than standing on a cloud. Oh, here's a bullet. At the beginning, it's moving slowly, and when you get to the middle of the screen, it's getting a little bit faster. That's because the initial slow movement is used for the player to prepare for dodging the bullet. Alright, let's get back to the conveyor. And for the increasement of difficulty that says more conveyors, it means that the probability of spawning the conveyors had been increased. That's why the game is going to be more difficult. And well, it's going to take a while until a conveyor is here. So let's take another coin. More enemies. It is a bullet, not an enemy. Oh, come here. Even more bullet. So what's enemy? Enemy is a sort of hostile entity that spawned on the sideway. The difference between enemy and bullet is that those enemies will chase the character. More conveyors. Anyway. So for enemies, you have to shoot laser like this to kill it in before it reaches you. If it gets you, you lose the game. For the bullet, you cannot shoot it down by using your laser. So let's wait for the next enemy. It's going to take a while. So yep, for each coin I've picked up, the game will get a little bit more difficult. That's why I'm not taking too much coins for now as a demonstration of the game. Oh, here's a conveyor. See, here's a conveyor. It slides me to the left, and here's an enemy. If I just shoot, it will miss the enemy, so I have to jump and shoot, wait for it to fall down, and oh crap! I've jumped too high and I've got out of screen and I lose the game. Oh. Well, let's try again. There are still two things in the game that I've not shown you. They are speeding up of the entire game and those mines. You know, those mines that when you touch it, you lose the game. And let's see if I can find more mines. The mines will be coming very soon. So let's try not to take a coin. By the way, for each coin I've taken, my score will be increased by 1. That's actually an incentive of picking up the coins, because picking up coins makes the game more difficult. We need to somehow encourage the player to pick coins. That how do you make make the game fun to play? Here's a mine. See, at the beginning it's moving slowly, so the player can prepare for dodging it. After the first maybe 1 second or so, the mine will go up rapidly, so the player has to be careful not to touch the mine. And let's take another coin. Game speed of R. Here we go. At the beginning, it's a conveyor. At the beginning of the game, the speed of the game is like, I think is 10 frames per second or so. As you take coins, as you say, game speed up, in the end, the frame rate will be increased to something like maybe 100 frames per second. So yep, the game is getting more difficult. And now I'm going to play the game seriously. I will keep taking the coins and try not to lose. Let's see. Another mine. More bullet, more conveyors. As you may have noticed on the background, there are some red dots. Those red dots are just eye candies. It has no effect on the... Oh crap! Well, anyway, I guess since I've lost, I guess that's it for the game demonstration, and I've shown you the game mechanics in this video. And in the next part of the video, I'm going to show you how was this game developed. If you are only interested in rating this game, now you can stop playing this video because you have enough information for rating this game. The next part is for those who are curious about how was this game developed. Now I'm going to show you how I launched the game. And when you boot the game console, you will see a screen like this for you to select the game. How it works is that there is an SD card that can be inserted on the game console, and this game list is a list of files inside the SD card. So I'll just select the game and start it, and that's it. So here's the problem. If I'm developing the game, does it mean that I have to first compile the game ROM with the computer, then put in an SD card, transfer the ROM from the computer to SD card, take out the SD card, and insert the SD card to the game console, and reboot the game console in order to test it out. Of course not. That's quite a lot of steps, and that's very time consuming and tedious, and it's just no one want to do that. So what I'm doing to develop the game is to use something called serial debug wire. It's some sort of programming header here. So I just connect the programming header to this USB dongle and connect this USB dongle to the computer. Then I can upload the game from the computer to the game console directly.
The first step of making the game is to work on the source code of the game. So I have a C source file I launched up a text editor, and I just work on the source code, and after working on it, I will have to build the source code. I have to build it. Make. I use the make file, and then I can run the game by typing make run. Then the game is uploaded to the game console, and I can start it by pressing a few buttons on the game console. And so that's how do I work on the program. Now I'm going to tell you how did I work on the sound of the game.
Here's how did I make the sound of a game. Before the game jam, I've developed a tool for me to produce the sound of a game, and it just synthesizes the sounds. So there are a lot of parameters here, and I can press a button to make it produce some sounds. There are two synthesizers, the top one and the bottom one, and by adjusting parameter, let's adjust it. The sounds produced will be changed, and yep, that's how did I make it.
So now I'm going to show you how did I draw the graphic of the game. You would be surprised that I did not use a graphic editor. Instead, I've used a text editor to draw the graphic. So as you can see here, for example, here is the coin. I just write out the target image file, and then I just type in the graphic, and that's it. One thing that is so awesome about this text editor is that there is a column editing mode. So for example, if I want to delete this part of the coin, I just select it and type space, and the middle part of the coin is gone. Let's undo it anyway. So after that, after drawing all of the images, I will run a Python script to generate all of these image files. And and that's how I create the images. And now I have the image and I have the games, so I can pack a ROM file with this metadata, and by using this metadata file, I can pack all of the images along with the game.bin file into a single game ROM file. That is done by another Python script, and that's it. That's how I make the game. By the way, if you are interested in the source code of the game, including the source of the images, you can check out the GitHub repository of the game, and everything that I've made during this game are inside this repo. So, well, you are not going to be able to run this game, but anyway, if you're interested, feel free to check out. Everything is here. So, yep, that's it.